Hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Work to Live podcast version, and this time, this is in this time I'm also going to talk about white supremacy or a topic related to white supremacy, and that is because to start with, I'm an East Asian, so which is why there was a murder case in which ten some black people or anyway, that according to online news, so that white murderer not try to target that white murderer targeted an area or a region or a place where many black people live in. So in such a case, that I don't think that is of course, not, I think no, there is nobody who thinks that case is a good or great. But actually, thinking about that, thinking about the fact that that white murderer had some kind of plan or stuff like that. So I think that is I think that murder case can be planned or a kind of planned, which I think is a correct expression or correct explanation for that murder case. And so which murder case, if you can't find out which murder case I was talking about, so I'm recording this episode on May in 2022 in which Russo Ukrainian war or the Russo Ukrainian war was taking it's taking place between Ukraine and Russia. So I'm making or I'm creating this episode in such a time or in that present time. So anyway, I frequently digress. Which is why. So I frequently digress in the course of the recording or in the course of creating episodes. So which is why. So in this time too, or also in this time. So I'm going to tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode. And the title is White Supremacy is a first step to the darkness. And the conclusion is White Supremacy is useful for populists and other kinds of demonic leaders. So why I began to so why I created or why I created this topic is because I'm an East Asian person, and which is why I got impressed by the murder case which the gunshot case which took place in or which occurred in state of New York in the United States of America. And anyway, of also, and white supremacy can be used for populists. And so if I pause or if I tell you some example, so the presidency of Donald Trump or Mr. Donald Trump, not Donald Trump, but Donald Trump, the presidency of Mr. Donald Trump can be a great example or can be a typical example for explaining that the fact that a populist or a demonic leader was chosen to be the president of the United States of America, but and he in the case of that presidency, so Mr. Donald Trump used the senses of white supremacies white people in the United States of America have or had in that era. And anyway, so maybe white American people have maybe not all, but all the white American people may have such kind of senses of white supremacy or stuff like that. So anyway, so of course it is true that white people had created the history of the mainstream, but actually there are many ethnic people. Of course there are many types of people, but actually there are as there are many types of people on this world, and there are many kinds of people, and there are many ethnic groups all over the world. So thinking about which of course white people have a bunch of wealth, or white people have maybe white people have most of the wealth on theirs, but actually so there are many kinds of people, which is what I'd like you to know this time. And which is one of the stuff I'd like, one of the things I'd like you to know this time. And if you are, of course, if you are, whichever you are, if you are colored people or if you are white people, I'd like you to know this one. And if you are colored people, I'd like you to know what I have just told you. Anyway, so white supremacy can be useful. The meaning of what I have told you is that white supremacy can be useful is, for example, so maybe if you are frequent listeners of my podcast, maybe I think you know that I'm a non-native speaker of English language, and I'm speaking English language non-natively, or I'm not speaking. I can't speak English natively, but actually, so how should I say? But that's so which is why I have an accent of East Asian, but actually if you don't know where my accent where my accent is from, or if you do not have any information about my accent, which region or which place my accent stems from. So for example, what I'm going to tell you is that, for example, if I disguise my own true identity, and if I tell you a false identity, or wrong identity, for example, if I tell you, for example, I'm a Moldovan, or if I tell you, for example, I'm a Romanian, which is why I have an accent when speaking English language. You may believe what I say. So of course, what I'm talking about is a hypothetical situation. But actually, you may trust me by if I tell you that I'm a Romanian, or I'm a Slovenian, or I'm a Moldovan, and you may believe that, or you may misunderstand that I'm a white person whose mother tongue is different from English language, which is why this speaker was the speaker of, for example, work to live doesn't speak English natively. Such an understanding is possible if I tell you a false identity, disguising or hiding my own true identity as an East Asian person. So which is why so for example, if I tell you that so colored people are disgusting, which is why it's necessary to kill, or it's necessary to exterminate all the colored people on the earth, and if you for example, if you misunderstand that I'm a Caucasian, or I'm a white person, you may trust me, you may follow what I say, which is possible, isn't it? Of course, I don't think you trust the false identity I have just told you, but actually, because because you have already known that I'm an East Asian person, but actually, if I tell you a false identity, and you believe what I say, and if I lead you, if I lead your thoughts to a wrong in a wrong direction, so such kind of action might be possible, which is what I'd like you to understand. So thinking about such a thing, or thinking of such a possibility, so which is why I'd like you to understand that white supremacy can be a poisonous, or can be poisonous, or white supremacy can be a poison, as a president, as a President Biden of United States of America said before. So which is why I don't recommend you having some belief of, or some belief, or some senses, or some ideas in favor of white supremacy, because in that sense, in that sense I have just told you. So white supremacy can be poisonous in some ways. And of course, white supremacy can be a seed for neo-Nazism, for example. There is such a possibility, which is also what I'd like you to know this time. So before ending this episode, I'm going to tell you the title and the conclusion again. The title is, wait a moment, please. So my smartphone has blacked out. before telling you the title and the conclusion. And the title is white supremacy is a first step to the dark side, and the conclusion is what white supremacy is useful for populists and other kinds of demonic leaders. So if you have some kind, if you have some ideas in favor of white supremacy, or if you find white supremacy greatest stuff, so you may mistakenly choose some leaders like Darth Vader or Darth Sidious or people like them. So which is why I'd like you to be, if you are white people, I'd like you to be careful about this kind of topic. And if you are colored people, I also would like you to be careful of this kind of thing, which is what I'd like you to know this time. So that's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you.